What's going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to be going over the pros and cons of dirty bulking and clean bulking. Alright, now let's get into it. Alright, so first we need to know what is clean bulking and dirty bulking. Clean bulking is a calculated approach to tracking and gaining weight in a certain amount of time, no more than the 500 caloric surplus, which I discussed in the previous video. Caloric surplus is eating more than the recommended amount to maintain your weight, and in this case, it's about 500 calories for a clean bulk. In dirty bulking, you're not going to be tracking any nutrients. You're just going to eat as many things that you can. You're just going to eat anything that you can get your hands on. So which one is better for you? This is up for you to find out and really figure which one will be better for you. Because with dirty bulking, you don't have to calculate or spend time meal prepping or trying to find healthy, balanced foods for you. You can just eat anything that you come across. But now with clean bulking, you're going to have more time in meal prepping, making meals, finding healthy foods, and paying more for these healthy foods. So those are where you should try to find the balance and see which one is better for you. If you don't like having a calculated diet for most of the week, then I would recommend going with dirty bulking. And then if you want to gain weight the most effective way, you might want to go with clean bulking. So now let's get into the pros of dirty bulking. Dirty bulking is very efficient in gaining weight really fast. According to some sites, I have seen that dirty bulking can help you gain weight in can help you gain 1 pound in 1 week, which is past the recommended weight gain that you should be getting on a regular basis, because the healthy recommended weight to gain is that you should be getting around 0.5 or 1 pound to a month. So of course, dirty bulking is accelerating this rate a lot faster than if you were sticking with a clean bulk. So this may be good for people who have just started in the gym and they can really burn the fats that they're gaining really easily because they just started in the gym. That's because this is where you see most of your gains, and if you're eating a dirty bulk when you just started in the gym, you're going to see a lot of progress because you can burn this fat and burn all these fat and calories that you're consuming really quickly because you're progressing at a faster rate than if you're a experienced weightlifter who's been doing this for about several years. You wouldn't be able to see as many results as if somebody before you that was a new weightlifter. And another pro of dirty bulking is that there are no calculations. You don't have to track your diet. You don't have to maintain or keep a healthy, balanced diet. You can just eat whatever you want to see. So this is perfect for people who really have a tough time or struggle to diet. You don't have to think about things that are going to give you or make you gain fat excessively faster. So you don't really have to worry about binge eating. You don't have to worry about having your favorite dessert, having foods that you like. You can do all these things while you're dirty bulking, because the goal of dirty bulking is just to gain as much weight as you want fast as possible. So now let's get into some of the cons of dirty bulking. A major con of dirty bulking is that you're going to have decreased testosterone. And this is the reason why, because when you're dirty bulking, you're going to have to spend a lot more time cutting. Because if you gain a lot of fat in a very short amount of time, you're going to have to spend like at least twice or triple the amount of time cutting because you've gained all this fat that you don't want anymore. And when you're doing this, you have to be in a caloric deficit. And if you're in a caloric deficit for too long, your body is going to start having negative effects like decreased testosterone, because you're not getting a supple amount of nutrients to really provide for your body since you're on a caloric deficit for so long. And another con is that you're going to gain a lot of fat very easily. When you're dirty bulking, you're not really tracking what's being put into your body. So if you're not doing this and you're just binge eating a lot of things that you're just seeing and want to eat, you're not really knowing what's going into your body. So when this happens, you're going to be gaining a lot of fat in a very quick amount of time. So it is going to be harder for you to lose that fat. That's why a lot of people prefer clean bulking. This is why this is a con of dirty bulking, is that you're going to gain a lot of fat, which is going to be harder to lose later on. And like I discussed before, it takes a lot longer for you to cut this fat because you've gone above maybe, let's say you were 12% body fat before, and if you're dirty bulking, you could well be in a 20% body fat or even more than that. So it's going to take a lot longer to cut if you're on a clean bulk, which you went from 12 to like 18%. And this is one of the cons and a thing that you have to look out for if you want a dirty bulk. When you dirty bulk, you're just gaining as much, you're eating and consuming everything that you see, and you're just eating to gain weight. And so this is why you should really think about which one is better for you, because when you're dirty bulking, you're going to be gaining a lot of weight, but with the weight also comes a lot of fat that you may not want. Now let's get into some of the cons and pros of clean bulking. So some of the pros for clean bulking is that you know exactly what you're putting into your body. It's calculated. When you're clean bulking, you're going to have to spend a lot of time calculating what's going into your body. What are the calories? What are the macronutrients? You're going to spend a lot of time looking at these things and really trying to gain the optimal amount of calories and macronutrients you will need a day. This is a pro of clean bulking because you know exactly what's going into your body, which will probably minimize fat that you're gaining when you're on a bulk. And when you're clean bulking, since it's calculated, you're also gaining a lot of lean mass. You're not just putting on fat, you're also gaining muscle weight as well. This is possible due to you eating whole foods and not really a lot of processed foods, by really tracking all those calories and macronutrients that are essential for your body to gain weight without really packing on the unnecessary weight like fat. And some of the cons of clean bulking is that it's restrictive. You're not going to be able to eat a lot of your processed foods, a lot of your favorite foods that you loved when you were not on a bulk. This may be problematic for people who can't really stick to a certain diet, because if they want their favorite foods or processed foods, it's going to be hard for them to stick to a restricted diet that you have to calculate every single calorie and every single macronutrients that you're putting into your body. And a con is that you're going to need to have a lot of willpower. If you don't stick to your diet, it's going to lead to less results than you would have if you restricted your diet to a certain amount of calories and macronutrients that you needed. Because in a clean bulk, you're only going about 500 calories above the ceiling of maintaining your body weight. So you have to be very aware and conscious of what you're consuming, and this may drive a lot of people crazy because they just want to eat what they want to eat. And another con is that it may affect your mindset. It may become obsessive. You may not be able to enjoy certain delicacies that other people will be able to enjoy. So it may take a mental toll on you. Something that you should consider when you're trying to clean bulk or dirty bulk. You should consider how it's going to affect your mindset and how it's going to affect your mental health. So when it comes to clean bulking and dirty bulking, when you're bulking, you're going to gain a lot of weight. So don't expect to be shredded and have six-pack abs year-round. If you want to do that, it's okay to do that, but you're not going to be able to. There's also certain health disadvantages if you try to stay cut all year round, like decreased testosterone because you're on a caloric deficit and you're not really gaining, or you're not really seeing any growth when you're just cutting all year round. So this is why I recommend at least going on a bulk once or twice a year to really put on muscle and gain the mass that you're missing if you're just cutting all year long. And I would recommend that everybody does some research on dirty bulking and clean bulking and try to figure out what is better for them. I would recommend doing at least both of them and seeing which results they like better. Personally, right now I'm doing clean bulking, which is where I'm tracking my calories and tracking my macronutrients and trying to avoid as many processed foods as possible. Although it is noteworthy that when you're clean bulking, it is okay to have a few cheat meals. So don't drive yourself up the wall that you're not getting what you want to eat. It's okay to have an 80-20 rule, or a 90-10, or 80 and 90, or are the restricted diet that you're having throughout most of the week. But the 20 and 10% are when you're not on the restricted diet and you're eating what you want to eat, like your favorite foods, your processed foods, your junk foods, things like that. So your mental health doesn't take a hit or toll. And in conclusion, I think that if you don't bulk, you're not going to see any growth. So I do think bulking is an important process in weightlifting and in bodybuilding and whatever you're trying to see results, you're going to need to bulk. So I would recommend finding out which bulk is better for you. Try out both of them, but really hone in on which one is better for you and which one you can handle. Alright guys, that's all I have for this video. If you guys have any more tips and tricks on bulking, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. Leave a like and share the video. Alright, peace.
Go.